as we continue with the biblical discourse, we're going to look at Genesis chapter 34, Dinah and the Shechemites. If I was the one titling the chapter, I would say impulsive decisions, you know? So in most cases, it's not the decision that you live with, it's the consequences that come after that you live with. So you have to really make sure whenever you make a decision, you are going to be comfortable living with the consequences of that decision. So whatever decision you make, study the outcome of that decision. Like, okay, if I make this decision, what's going to be the outcome? Will I be able to live with that particular outcome or not? Then you can base whether you take action or not based on that. That's what I believe. So now when you look at this particular chapter, you find Shechem, the son of Hamor, you know. I think Hamor was the ruler of that particular area they were in. So now he was eyeing Dinah as he was with, in the village or the community, to a point by that eyeing led to him violating the young lady, or loosely put, he raped her. The next verse, I think verse 3 says, he loved her and he spoke tenderly to her to a point that now they are going to negotiate marrying her. But as I was looking at that, I was like, is this really love or lust and passion that's not under any control? You know, one of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control. So clearly, Shechem did not have any self-control to a point where he violated Dinah. So now, the consequences that follow, as much as now he's trying to do the right thing, marry her, the consequences of the initial action that he took messed the whole thing up. You know, I think had he followed the right steps, the right procedure, what are the right procedure? Take, for example, if we were in court and I were to ask Shechem, do you know who's Dinah's dad? Huh? Do you know who's Dinah's dad? For example, Jacob is the father. He had to work 14 years because he loved Rachel. So now, how long did you eye the daughter? How long did you eye Dinah for you to make such a rash decision? I'm just asking if we were in court and I'm asking Shechem, did you really love her? Or it was just passion without control? You just lusted after her. But who am I to condemn the man? Now, as we continue, as I was looking at that chapter, so the consequences that followed, yes, now comes a time they are now trying to amend the impulsive decision this young man made. They want to marry her, they marry her off to a point now. They reach an agreement, they reach a settlement per se, yes, lobola is going to be paid and all those things. But now, the brothers to Dinah, they say, for us to have a relationship with you, remember the Israelites, the children of Jacob, they had to be circumcised, and so they are set apart so that people know those are the circumcised Jews or circumcised Israelites. These are people that are God's people that have been set apart. So they say, for you to have a relationship with us, you need to be circumcised just like us, and then we can intermarry and do business together. They agreed. Remember, they're trying to amend or appease the situation because Dinah has been violated. Now they have to marry, they have to get circumcised. So after they get circumcised, when they were vulnerable, 3 days into that, Dinah's brothers, they slaughtered the whole village. You know, all the men were slaughtered. They could not defend themselves. So I started thinking along those lines, like, what situations do we put ourselves in where we are vulnerable and the devil is able to attack us? Because we accept or try to appease the people around us, and we become vulnerable and we open a door for the devil to attack us. So they attacked and slaughtered all the men. And after killing all the men, they plundered, they took their wealth, their cattle, their sheep, they took it. So can you see what an impulsive decision does? From being killed, now your wealth becomes compromised. What impulsive decision have you made that has affected your economy per se, your household economy, your finances, your career choice that has led to where you are? You know, as I was thinking about it, I started thinking about how it's unfair on us to expect a 15-year-old to choose subjects that are going to affect them for the rest of their lives. What do I mean? In most cases, we find that in grade 10, that's when we choose subjects, the ones that we're going to do. And we don't choose those subjects from an informed position. We choose them based on the friends that we have, based on the input that the teachers are giving us. It's going to be easy, or it's proposed those subjects are easy, I'll be able to pass. Not knowing that those impulsive decisions or impulsive actions that are going to be taken, they're going to hold me prisoner for the rest of my life. Maths literacy, for example, that we choose it without being informed. But now, as we continue with Genesis 34, they took their wealth, right? They imprisoned the women. The women and children were made slaves by these brothers. So now that on its own made me think of what decisions have I made or impulsive actions have I taken that have made me a prisoner or a slave to that. Hence, I have to live with the consequences. Once again, I started smoking when I was 15, Now I'm 35, I'm a prisoner to tobacco. I'm a prisoner to nicotine. It may be cold, raining outside, but because I have to take a puff, I find myself standing shivering in the cold outside because I can't smoke in the house. You'll end up giving the others getting them sick or whatever. But you have to go outside. So can you see an impulsive decision that was made? Now I find myself a slave because of that. So as I was studying this chapter, I started looking at it. I need to look at the decisions that I made when I was younger. Am I a prisoner to them now? That I need to start finding a way to free myself or praying to God to deliver me from those things. So now, as we continue with Dinah and Shechem, after the brothers kill the whole community, they enslave the people. And then Jacob says, "Oh my goodness, what have you done?" The relation with the other kings or the other community leaders, they might just decide to turn and attack us. What have you done? So as I was looking at that, I made some few notes. The first one would be, what's this? Impulsivity is a powerful force that often propels individuals into a situation they haven't anticipated, leaving behind a trail of consequences that can significantly alter the course of their lives. So now, when you look at the course of the life of Shechem and Dinah, or that impulsive act, they end up not getting married because he decided to consummate the marriage prematurely, to a point now he's dead because of the brothers. So now, the allure of immediate gratification coupled with a lack of thoughtful consideration sets a stage for a myriad of potential pitfalls. So now, we need to really give a thoughtful account to all the actions that we make, because nothing is random under the sun. So, could I be a pawn in somebody else's play, somebody else's story, or somebody else's tactics? So you need to really think things through before you jump into anything. One of the most glaring consequences of impulsive action is the strain they impose on personal relationships. As I indicated, that Jacob started saying, "How are we going to live with the other kings, knowing what you guys have done?" So as I was looking at that chapter, Genesis 34, these are the thoughts that were running through my mind to say impulsive actions, they have lasting consequences that I may not be able to live with. I thank you, family.